joining.
Wow. You want a lot of people?
I'm just waiting. All right.
Hello.
You're live, right?
Okay. So, part 2 of the Westgate Live. Okay. Now, I'm going to introduce you to Tracy Westgate.
You gonna do my drum roll?
Hello.
At the table so they can hear it.
Tracy Westgate.
All right. What a introduction. Hey, everybody. Hey, Instagram. Hey, Facebook. So we're going to be going back and forth between the screens in order to catch everybody here. So this is part 2 of our Westgate Live, and welcome. We hope everyone's doing well. So as per usual, you can put a comment or a question right in the comment box, and you can do that on Instagram or on Facebook. And if you're watching this on replay, you can put it in there as well, and we're going to try our best to answer your questions. So I just have to do this because I've been watching Tiger King. Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. All right, so, I can't talk right now because we're on a Facebook Live. So we just wanted to talk with you today a little bit about what we're doing, what I do with the community house, and answer any questions you might have. So, as many of you know, I'm a photographer, so that is the bulk of what I do. I'm a family photographer, so I photograph a lot of maternity, birth, newborn, and families, and I really love that. And then for the community house, what I do is my title is a curriculum director. So for the after school program, which is Kids Community, what that means is just helping the other Tracy and the team bring in some really enriching programs for the kids in our after school. So we've done fun things like bring in a life-size inflatable whale, we brought in a yo-yo guy, and then also just assisting the teachers in planning their own curriculum with the kids. And it's been a lot of fun, and I really miss those kiddos. Hi, everybody. So the other part of what I do is I work with the youth studio at Stage 284, and mainly what that looks like is the Wednesday workshops and the Curtains Up program. So Wednesday workshop is for our elementary school kids, grades 1 through 5. And Curtains Up is for our middle school kids. And what I do there is just help coordinate the teachers, support them in whatever they need, and then also make sure the word is getting out about these programs and make sure that we've got some kids enrolled and that we're doing some fun things. So what I was working on before all this happened was we were about to put on our Wednesday workshop showcase. And what we were working on was Aladdin with the younger kids, and the older kids were working on a triple threat workshop. So those were taught by Michaela Bishop and Juice Whacker and Jimmy Turner and Haley Cook. Hopefully I'm not forgetting anybody. So that was a really fun thing to do, and I miss those kiddos too. Hey, everybody. So then the other piece of what I do, 2 other pieces with Stage 284 is I take a lot of photos, which I love doing. So I do a lot of the headshots and the promotional photos for Stage 284. So if you're a cast member that's watching live, just give a little wave. If I've taken your picture, give a little wave. So I love doing that. And then I help out with the marketing. So I'll make graphics to advertise the shows or the workshops and help out with the social media. So lots of different things that I'm doing. So Maeve may or may not be joining. So if she does, then we'll just switch gears a little bit. So I see a lot of waves. Awesome. I see Mara and Brian, Maggie, Sophie, Jake, and Coco the kitty. I don't know who that is, but I love your handle. Awesome. So while we wait for people to ask questions, we'll just talk a little bit about what we've been up to. So as with maybe some of you, at first we kind of thought this would be like a short-term thing, and now we realize that we're in it for the long haul. So one of the things that I've been working on is our food pantry in town. Obviously, there's a lot of people struggling and that need some extra help right now. And so another photographer, Jen McGuire, and I partnered up and we did a photography project. So we volunteered our time and we drove around all over Hamilton, Wenham, and some of the surrounding towns. And we did something called the Front Steps Project. And so we would drive up to someone's house and spend like 2 minutes with them. We would be at a distance, so like 10 to 15 feet. We would take their photo sitting on their front steps, and then we go on to the next family. And everyone who got their photo taken made some sort of donation to the Accord Food Pantry in Hamilton. So we were so overwhelmed by the amazing response that we got. So between the two of us, we photographed 245 families, and the community raised nearly $16,000 for the food pantry. So I'm gonna like start welling up just talking about it. It was amazing, and thank you so much. If you participated in the project, thank you so much. And if you didn't, please feel free to hop on over and hear more about that. So hi, Angela. What's going on? Angela's also, she does some awesome lives too. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing in terms of photography. In terms of other stuff, really just like trying to do things like get outside. I've been trying to get outside when it's not raining. So we got a trampoline for the kids' birthdays. So the kids have been doing a lot of trampoline. I'm still getting used to jumping on a trampoline. It was a little scary at first, but I'm trying. And we also like going on nature walks in the woods and things like that. And our dog's really been enjoying that. Her name is Lily. So what else have we been doing? So the kids have been doing some online learning. So just kind of trying to figure that out. They love playing a game called, oh my goodness, Prodigy. So give me a thumbs up if you know about Prodigy. They love that. They love doing Lexia and Epic, which are both online reading programs. So we've just been doing some of that. You ready? So now, another drum roll. We're going to introduce to you Maeve Westgate. You want to say hi to everybody?
Hello.
And we got Instagram over here.
Hello.
So, do you want me to ask you some questions?
Sure.
Okay. So we're going to move to our interview portion. Oops, wrong way.
Do you know what the question back?
We're going to wing it.
Oh, we're gonna wing it.
Yeah, a little improv today. So, Maeve Westgate, how old are you?
I'm 9 years old. In July I'll be 10.
Nice. Can you squish closer to me? Yeah, just like this one. So, you're 9 years old. And what grade are you in?
4th.
4th grade. And what, how long have you been interested in doing theater?
Probably since I was, I'm not sure. Wait, I forget what age, but when did I do James?
Oh yeah, probably 2nd grade.
Yeah, so 2nd grade when I was 7.
Yeah, maybe 6 or 7. Yeah.
When I was like 6, when I was 7. When I was 7.
Yeah, probably.
When I was 7, I did Japescape, and then once I turned 8, I did the greatest Christmas pageant ever, and then.
What was your role in the greatest Christmas pageant ever?
I was in the ensemble.
And who was your director?
I had Katie and Jimmy.
Katie and Jimmy, awesome. And we still kind of sometimes sing. What's that?
I said mostly Jimmy.
Mostly Jimmy, of course. And we still sometimes sing some of those songs. Like the other day, we were singing Die or Die in the Kitchen and trying to remember the choreography. Okay, and what was your next play?
Then I had Lion King still 8 in the springtime, and I was baby Simba. And then in that fall, when I turned after I had turned 8, I did Into the Woods.
9.
Yeah, no, 9, not 8.
Yeah.
9.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. And then I was Milky White,
And who is Milky White for those people who don't know Into the Woods?
the cow.
And what did you like about being Milky White?
I liked that I got to be like the character. Like I got to be like one of the funnier characters,
Mm-hmm.
and I liked to interact. How I interacted a lot with the main characters, like Jack, the baker's wife, and the baker.
And one of your big scenes, what do you think your biggest scene was?
Probably when I died, and I was like, "Moo."
So she did die, but don't worry.
I came back to life
She came back to
magically
life.
by the witch, and I'm very thankful.
Nice. And what production are you working on right now?
I am working on Frozen Junior, in which I am young Elsa.
Nice. And what have you liked so far about being young Elsa?
I like that it's a bigger part than I've had.
Mm-hmm.
And this is my first time having a solo and having like lines besides moo.
So you got some lines, you have some solo singing, so that's fun. And who's your young Anna that you get to be?
My partner is Evelyn.
Yeah, hey Evelyn. So that's fun too. Let's see, and can you talk a little bit about your Wednesday workshop experience?
For Wednesday workshop, I've done the Harry Potter workshop, in which I was Professor Flitwick. In one scene. In another scene, I was Ginny Weasley, and in another scene, I was Neville Longbottom. And in another scene, I was Professor Trelawney.
Yeah, so that was a fun one because we kept kind of each scene we switched up the roles so that the main roles were shared amongst the kids.
And my director was Miss Marcy, and now I'm in the middle of the workshop Aladdin, and my director is Michaela, and Juice is the co-director.
Mm-hmm. And what's your role?
And my role is Aladdin.
Nice. And how did it feel when you got cast as Aladdin?
It was amazing.
It was really exciting, right?
And the thing is, I said the role that I wanted was Genie, but I forgot to say that I wanted Aladdin. So I was surprised I actually got Aladdin.
It's fun. Good group. We got a good group and a lot of nice talent in that group. Well, all the groups. So we've got someone says, Gabby Wheeler. Hi, Maeve. Hi, Gabby. All right. Oh, you got your grandmother on here. Proud of you, Maeve. Hi, Becky. All right. So again, if you have a question or comment, pop those in the comment box because it is fun to interact with you guys. And what have you guys been doing during COVID-19?
We've been watching movies, jumping on our trampoline, swinging on the swings. Today we're going to plant some seeds in our garden. Wait, can I say watching movies?
Mm-hmm.
Watching YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Funny videos in the afternoon because that's what we like to do. Doing Minecraft on the Switch and on the computer. And we've been trying to make a lot of we've been trying to make robots. So this is our most this is the first one that we've made, but it's the most successful so far. Her name's Tinky, and she's a cardboard robot dog.
Mm-hmm.
We made her out of we made her so that she could wag her tail, flop her ears, away, and then flop her ears like this, and then also she can open her mouth if you lift this tab, and then she has a little tongue.
So let's have Tinky say hi to Instagram.
Hello.
Hello, Instagram.
And so,
And why is her name Tinky?
Because she's our Tinker robot, and we found like a little box that fits perfectly on her back,
Mm-hmm.
and I keep a lot of tinkering supplies in it, and we made her out of a tea box,
Mm-hmm.
a Pop-Tart box,
Mm-hmm.
a wine box,
Mm-hmm.
and a present wrap roll thingy,
Mm-hmm.
and then some
What are these?
and some toilet paper rolls, and more toilet paper rolls.
Nice. We have a couple questions here. So Gabby would like to know, what's your favorite part of being little Elsa? You can speak to her right here.
Well, my favorite part of being young Elsa is probably that I get to control the snow the snow chorus like at a certain point.
With
So-
your snow magic?
Yeah,
There you go.
it's like I'm like on, and then everybody falls down, and at some point I just appear.
Ooh, dramatic. I can't wait to see that. Thanks, Gabby. We've got, what is your favorite song from the plays you've been in so far?
My favorite song. Well, if I were to pick one from each play, one or two from each play, for the greatest Christmas pageant ever, I really enjoyed Die Harry Die, especially how like it was like really crazy, and you could just be like wild. And in The Lion King, I loved I'm doing my favorite dances to the songs because I'm not really sure for these first two I'm doing my favorite dances to the songs. But in The Lion King I liked Circle of Life because I was being treated like royalty.
Right.
And
Were you scared when they lifted you up?
not really because at first I was being carried in on people's shoulders. And then at the end, I was like, woohoo! But then at rehearsals, so when we wouldn't often rehearse like the lift. So I would be like just standing there, looking at everybody like doing this to me. So I always laughed.
And what was your what have been some of your other favorite songs?
So some of my other favorite songs are Into the Woods. One of my favorite songs, not just to dance, not to dance to because I wasn't in it, but I like Last Midnight and the song where the witch introduces the curse.
Yeah.
I love the witch's character.
Yeah, the witch was really cool.
And then in Frozen, I'm not really sure, but I really like a lot of I really like a lot of the songs because it's like a classic. Because Frozen's like a classic, and so but one of my favorites is A Little Bit of You, which is a song that I have a solo in, and it's when me and Anna are making a laugh.
It was fun when we first listened to the Frozen Junior soundtrack, it was really fun to discover the songs that aren't in the movie. That was kind of fun.
And the change of words, because
Right.
in Do You Want to Build a Snowman? There's different words.
Gabby says The Last Midnight is the best. It really is.
Yes!
It's so dramatic. And Gabby also said that's so fun what you said about little Elsa. All right, guys. I think that's it. I don't see any other comments. Oh, go for it.
Okay, so What is your job at the community house?
Oh man, I already said that.
Oh, you did? Okay.
If you're watching on replay, you can rewind. I don't want to bore people who have been watching the whole time.
Okay. So what is your favorite hobby, but to do at home?
Ooh, you know what? I need to have more hobbies at home. I really love reading, and I love reading aloud to you guys. So we've been working through the Harry Potter series. We've read a bunch of Roald Dahl books. I really like that. I really liked building Tinky the robot with you.
And I mean, like, I'm a bookworm. So.
True. Any other questions for me?
Yeah. Oh yeah. How are you doing with the toilet paper problem?
I thought this was so funny. How am I doing with the toilet paper problem? So, as many of you know, it's hard to buy toilet paper right now. And one of our neighbors, who's amazing, Laura, she put in an order to BJ's and she called the store and she said, I want to let you know that I'm not hoarding toilet paper. I'm ordering toilet paper from my neighborhood. And so she ordered us this enormous pack of toilet paper and we called her the toilet paper angel. Any other questions? Hey, Kay.
So if you were to do any first play and be any role, what would you do?
Oh man, I wasn't prepared for that question. Any first play? I love Chicago. And I think at this point in my life, I might be a good warden. I've had the experience now of managing people. So I do love Chicago. I love the music of Chicago. I'm trying to think of other shows that I would like to be in. I would like to be in a show. I think it'd be fun. In college, I did some singing and mostly in a choir, and I really enjoyed that. So I'm not much of a dancer, but I'm willing to learn. So it could be fun to be in a show.
Okay, so what do you usually do but you can't do?
Oh, right now?
Yeah.
I think one of the things I've just been missing is meeting up with friends for coffee. I really love coffee. And that's one of the things I like doing is just like meeting up with friends and then also business connections for a coffee at the local coffee shops. I've been missing that.
Which favorite color?
Purple.
So what is your favorite game to play?
Ooh. Well, when I was a kid, I really loved Uno, and I would rule at Uno. We'd go up to our my grandmother's summer camp, and I would play my grandmother and her friends at Uno, and I would win, and it would make them irritated. So I'll say Uno for now.
Okay, so if you were to be in the play Rent, who do you think you would be?
Oh my goodness. If I were in the play Rent, who do people who are watching think I'd be good at? Great question. Kay, are you still watching? Who do you think I would be? I think maybe I would be a good, oh my goodness, I'm totally blanking on her name. Sean. It's Maureen's girlfriend's name.
Who?
Maureen in Rent.
Joanne.
Right, Joanne. I totally blanked. I think I'd be a good Joanne.
And if you were to pick any animal as a pet, what would you have as a pet?
A horse. I've always loved horses. I know they're a lot of work, but That is the pet that I would love. Oh, and secondly, which is similar, a Great Dane, which if you don't know, is a very big dog.
What's your favorite like classical fairy tale?
Ooh. I usually don't love choosing favorites because I feel like I love so many things. But one of the ones I loved as a child, and I can still remember like the cover of the book and what it looked like. Thank you, Kay. I don't know why I blanked on that. Um, is Rumpelstiltskin. I just loved Rumpelstiltskin. I thought it was so creepy, and like I can still remember the book's illustration of Rumpelstiltskin. And then as a child, I thought if I said Rumpelstiltskin 3 times, he would appear in my room. So I kind of like those fairy tales that have like a little bit of a dark undertone.
So, do you like snakes?
No.
I love them.
The kids think it's fun to show me pictures of snakes and
I
to
love
see
snakes.
and to see how I react. So that's fun.
One time, I looked a snake in the eye when I accidentally stepped on its tail, and then it looked back at me, and it was a yellow and black snake, and it just like looked at me, and then it went like, and then it just slid away.
And she didn't tell me that until like months later, and it totally freaked me out. All right, guys. I think that's it. Okay, Vicky says, great interview, Maeve. Tracy Sacco says, great question. That's probably about the toilet paper. All right, guys. Thanks so much for joining. Again, if you're watching on replay, you can put your questions in the comments, and we will do our best to answer them. Nice interview. Bam. Do you want to say goodbye?
Bye.
Bye, guys.